Everyone knows Domino's Pizza. For the last decade, it was arguably the best stock in the market, beating Amazon, Google, and Apple. But look at the chart recently. It is choppy. Wall Street is nervous. Today we're analyzing Domino's Pizza, ticker DPChat. We're going to look at what they do, their financials, their future, and the hidden problem in their own reports that explain why their business model is fundamentally changing. And stick around till the end because I'm going to tell you about the different way to invest in Domino's that many people don't know about. This way is much cheaper but little bit riskier way to play this exact same brand. Let's get into it. Let's start with the overview. First, you need to understand what you are actually buying. Domino's isn't a global big pizzeria. It's a franchise engine. Here's the simple version. Franchising just means Domino's corporate doesn't own the stores. Someone else pays to build the store, hire the staff, and take the risks. In exchange, they pay Domino's percentage of every single sale. That is the beauty of it. Domino's gets paid before the store owner even makes a profit. In fact, from all the Domino's stores, they actually own only about 1%. Now, if you look at their revenue, you will see huge numbers for supply chain and advertising. We are going to ignore those. Why? Because the advertising money just flows in and right back out to pay for TV commercials. Domino's doesn't keep it. And the supply chain business is low margin. They just sell the dough and cheese to the franchisees at a small markup. If we strip those out and look strictly at the high margin royalty cash flow, the money that actually matters to shareholders. Here's how the pie slices up, at least in the Q3. US royalties are the king, generating about 50% of this core revenue. This is pure profit from the thousands of franchisee-owned stores across America. Then we have the ones Domino's actually owns. US company-owned stores make up roughly 25%. These are the few stores Domino's actually run themselves, mostly to test new tech. Lastly, we have international royalties that come in roughly 25%. Here's the crazy part. International has double the number of stores compared to the US, yet it contributes the smallest slice of this revenue pie. That shows you just how powerful and profitable the US market still is for them, compared to the rest of the world. So to summarize, Domino's doesn't flip the pizzas, they collect the royalties. Their real customer isn't the hungry person at home, but the franchisee running the business. And most importantly, even though they are expanding globally, the US market remains the golden goose, where a single store generates far more profit for the company than one overseas. Now let's move on to the financials. Let's look at the scorecard. Right now, Domino's has a market cap of around 14 billion. The PE ratio sits at roughly 25 and forward PE roughly 23. Forward EPS around 17.5. The dividend yield is just under 2%, which isn't huge. But they have raised it aggressively and paid it for a long time. But here's the red flag. Short interest is high, hovering near 8%. That means almost 1 in 10 shares is being bet against the company. Why? Let's look at the 5-year history to find out. Revenue from 2020 to 24 has been a slow climb, moving from roughly 4.1 billion to 4.7 billion. It's still growing, but it's not exploding. Then again, their revenue per share has seen way more growth. The same story with EPS. It has jumped from around 12 to over 17. But the net income hasn't grown at the same rate. How, you may ask? They have borrowed billions of dollars to buy back their own stock, artificially boosting the value of every remaining share. Free cash flow per share has been volatile. It dipped significantly in 2022 and 23 as inflation hit, but in the last 12 months, it has surged back to record highs. The cash engine is fixed, but the growth engine is the question mark. Now let's look at the balance sheet. Domino's is running a high leveraged strategy, currently carrying about 5 billion in debt. If you compare that to their earnings, Their leverage ratio is nearly 5. To put that in perspective, most companies want to stay under 3x. Domino's is running hot. How do they get away with this? It's because of their light asset model. Since they just collect steady royalties from franchisees without paying for those stores themselves, their cash flow is incredibly predictable, perfect for paying off interest. But here's the catch. They're likely maxed out. With the ratio near 5x, they can't easily borrow more billions to choose the stock price like they used to. The credit card is full. This borrowing is also why their shareholder equity is negative, making ROE look broken. Ignore that. Look at their return on invested capital instead. It is sitting at a massive 40%. This proves that while the debt is high, the machine they built is efficient enough to handle it, for now. So there's a significant divergence here. While the share buybacks are driving the per share metrics higher, the fundamental, much more important top line and bottom line growth is much weaker. Don't get me wrong, they are growing. But if you strip away the financial engineering, that growth is much more modest. But stick around until the end. I'll reveal a way to get Domino's even cheaper, and maybe even with better metrics. But for now, let's move on to the future. Now let's talk about the future, and honestly, it's a mixed bag. I read the reports and there's some serious long-term structural problems here. First, their delivery monopoly is gone. For years, if you wanted food delivered, you called Domino's. Now, you have Uber Eats and DoorDash. Domino's has finally given in and listed on these apps. But this is a double-edged sword. Yes, they get more orders, but they have to pay a commission to these platforms. Money that used to stay in their own pockets. Plus, when a customer orders to Uber Eats, Domino's loses that direct relationship and the valuable customer data that comes with it. Second is the tipping problem. Many customers still order from the Domino's app, but more and more customers are shifting to picking up the order by themselves, just to save money. This makes it so that Domino's own drivers get fewer tips. If drivers can't make money, they quit. If they quit, delivery times goes up and the whole system slows down. It's a vicious cycle that they're struggling to balance. But it's not all bad news. There's one green flag that most people overlook: international growth. Think about McDonald's, they're everywhere, right? McDonald's is in over 100 countries. Domino's is currently at 90. That sounds close, but look at the store count. McDonald's has over 40,000 locations. Domino's has just over 20,000. There are huge markets where pizza delivery is still in its infancy. China, India, Brazil, they're growing fast, but they're nowhere near saturated. In the end, people aren't going to stop eating pizza, even though there are some worrying trends. Domino's is still the undisputed king of making it cheap and fast. If they can replicate their US efficiency in these developing markets, the runway for growth is still very long. Now let's move on to the intrinsic value. So what is this stock actually worth? Right now, the forward EPS is sitting around 17.5, and the analysts are projecting growth anywhere between 5 to 10%. But here's my problem. I think Wall Street is too focused on the past. They are looking at the explosive per share growth we saw over the last decade. But remember, that growth was fueled by massive share buybacks. To keep that game going, you need to borrow more money. But as we just saw, their debt to EBITDA has been hovering between 5 to 6x for a long time. That credit card is maxed out. They can't keep pulling on that lever to manufacture growth. In the end, a company has to rely on actual top-line revenue growth, not just financial engineering hacks. Without top-line growth, there is no future. For my valuation, I'm ignoring the buybacks and focusing strictly on revenue. I'm going to be conservative. I'm estimating 5% growth for the next 5 years, then dropping to 4% growth for the next 5 years after that. And as always, I demand 12% return on my money. Now let's talk about the price tag. Historically, Domino's has traded at a premium, usually bouncing between 23 and 40, with the median around 30. The market loves their steady cash flow and global presence. But let's still be real, it's a pizza company. Their moat is their locations, not the pizza itself. If people stop eating, the royalties stop. If they're growing only in the mid-single digits, they don't deserve a high-growth tech multiple. They deserve a mature company multiple. So I'm using a conservative PE ratio of 19 for the future. When you plug those numbers in, we get an intrinsic value of around $290 per share. That makes the current stock price look way overvalued. To justify buying it right now, you would need to believe that they can hit high single-digit growth for the next 10 years without using debt. And honestly, I don't see that happening. And as always, this is not investment advice, do your own research. But like I mentioned before, there's a little bit more riskier, but also possibly more profitable way to get into the action that is Domino's. Domino's UK, ticker TBUKY. This is the master franchisee for UK and Ireland. Unlike the US parent, this stock has been beaten down. They've had a massive war with their own franchisees that stopped them from opening stores for years, but they just resolved that dispute. Here are some key numbers. They are trading at significantly lower valuation than the US parent, and they have a massive open runway to build stores now that the legal battles are over. This is much more riskier, currency risks, UK economy risks, but if they simply return to normal growth, the upside is double or triple that of the US stock. It's your lottery ticket versus your savings bond situation. So let's wrap this up with the good, the bad, and my final decision. The good is undeniable. Domino's is an operational masterpiece. They have an incredible 40% return on invested capital, and the international market still has plenty of room to run. They are the most efficient pizza player in the game. But the bad is getting harder to ignore. The financial engineering era, where they borrowed billions to buy back their stock and choose EPS, is hitting a wall. The credit card is maxed out. They are losing their delivery monopoly to Uber and DoorDash, and the core business is only growing in single digits. So, am I buying? No. At the current price, the market is pricing Domino's like it's still a high-growth tech stock. But the math says it's a mature, slow-growth utility. I'm not paying a premium price for a company that has to fight harder just to stand still. However, if you absolutely love this brand and want a high-risk, high-reward play, keep an eye on the UK ticker I mentioned. It is significantly cheaper than the US stock, and now that their internal wars are over, it looks like a genuine turnaround opportunity. For me personally, it's a little too risky for my portfolio right now. I prefer a sure thing over turnarounds. But if you're looking for a lottery ticket with the 2x, 3x potential, that is where the real opportunity is hidden. As always, do your own due diligence. Let me know in the comments if you still eat at Domino's. My gut feeling is that Mexican food is the new pizza. What do you think? And as always, do not lose money and safe travels.